chapter is in ruins. The sector is at war. Its worlds under siege. Chaos spreads, consumes us all. Here, we will make our final stand. Here, there will be retribution.
Well, I can't think of another better way to start a new campaign, a new intro cinematic. You guys asked for it. This is Dawn of War 2 Retribution, the final DLC. Or I guess they used to be called expansion packs when they were better. This is TeacherPlays, and I'm excited to have it to show this to you. It's a unique take on the Dawn of War universe, and let's take a look at it. You guys asked for this, so I'm definitely, you can see I've played a bunch of different campaigns before. Let's start a new one. New to Dawn of War, we'd like to play the tutorial mission. I don't know. I don't think I need to play the tutorial mission, so let's skip it. Hey, so what's unique about this is you get to pick what army you're going to be, right? So you can be Eldar, you can be Chaos, you can be Tyranids, you can be Orcs, Blood Ravens, and you can be Imperial Guard. So obviously, being the loyal son of the Emperor I am, all of these aren't an option right now, but I highly suggest you guys pick it up. I'm sure it's pretty cheap to have. It looks like you're Captain Diomedes in this one, which is pretty cool. Do we want to be IG? Let's be IG. You know, we just did 2 whole games with Blood Ravens. Let's check out the Imperial Guard. Imperial Guard are now called Astra Militarum, if I believe correctly, if I remember correctly. Commanded by Lord General Castor.
Steady yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Live or
I forgot
die
that you were
today.
Diomedes if you were Blood Raven. Go easy again.
10 years ago,
Here we go.
we Blood Ravens destroyed the demon Alcair, ending his schemes to rot Sub-sector Aurelia into a festering hellscape. We thought our victory would mark the end of the war for the sector. We were wrong. New demonic incursions relentlessly plagued her planets, Aurelia, Typhon, Calderis, and Meridian. In response, the Imperial Guard, the hammer of the Emperor, was deployed en masse to the sector to secure her, to defend her. Yet the incursions only grew in number, and soon were worsened by insurrection and madness among the Guard's ranks. Now the sector sits helpless, racked by constant, endless, unremitting war. We are Space Marines. We are the Blood Ravens. We would act, yet we too are locked in warfare with one another. Azariah Kairos, our chapter master and chief librarian, has declared the heroes of Aurelia to be renegades. Now we are hunted by our own brothers, brothers unaware of the chapter master's secret allegiance to Alcair. A corrupt Space Marine chapter master, a militia crippled by disorder and turmoil, demons, renegades, a sector that knows only war. The Imperium has had enough. One solution remains for the sector, a solution with which I am all too familiar. The Ordo Malleus approaches, the Holy Imperial Inquisition. Their colossal ships bear the munitions to perform exterminatus, cleansing every planet of the sector of life, Xenos and human, corrupt and innocent. But I have an ally in the Inquisition, an ally made during my darkest moment, and she has heeded my call. She will arrive in the sector before the Exterminatus fleet arrives to investigate my claims. With proof, She has the power to halt the impending destruction, if she wishes.
So, this seems like an attempt. The original game had 2 expansions that were like a Risk-style board game, where you got to play as anybody, and they were really cool, and they all had their own different advantages and different like storylines and things like that, and it was fantastic. So this was an attempt, I would think, to kind of go back to that a little bit.
Perhaps not all of the men of this sector are cowards. According to these cravens, one did not run when ambushed.
Not a coward, but perhaps a fool for allowing himself to be ambushed. I suppose we should collect him in the faint hope that he has useful intelligence about the situation. We'll need to move quickly, and there will no doubt be Xenos between us and our missing man.
It's actually, I'm excited to play as some
Commander here. Ready? I am on my way.
some humans. So, well,
The leader
like,
of the
you know what I mean.
Xenos that infest this place can't be far. Our missing sergeant may
So
have
we
more
got an
information
Inquisitor,
for us.
Androstia,
All that remains is to carve a
then
path through
our
these
Lord
beasts to reach
General
him.
Caster. Awesome.
Commander here.
So let's check this
Right
out.
then.
It's awesome to be back in the Warhammer universe.
Engaging target. We are engaged here.
Powers, that's kind of cool.
Target is down.
So, for
This had
those
better
of you
be
that don't
striking
know, the
now.
Inquisition is essentially exactly what it sounds. They're this body of Imperial servants that are there to root out
Target obliterated.
heretics, chaos, Xenos, all those kinds of things.
And there he is. Our fallen sergeant.
I forgot.
Weaker than he needs to be, but stronger than I expected. I think
Weaker
this
than he
man
needs to be,
can
but
be
stronger than
salvaged.
expected. So we got a sergeant, Sergeant
Thank you,
Merrick.
General.
That's cool.
I thought this might finally be it.
Your lack of cowardice is refreshing, Sergeant Major. But your weakness is typical of this sector.
Okay, so we have
I'll
requisition
toughen you
points
up
and we
or
have power
you show up.
points. I forgot about
Perhaps
this.
both, as the Imperium requires.
It looks like we have population caps, if I remember correctly now. I'm starting
I
to...
hear you.
So we can
Give us a
upgrade this
target.
guy.
This ammo's heavy.
This is old school Dawn of War 1 type stuff, where you could
course it would
fit
be,
your
even
different units with stuff on the battlefield.
Now is the
Pretty cool.
Area is right with her. Ambush!
As
And this
expected.
guy do. Throw a
Best
grenade.
response to an ambush is to counterattack, quickly and forcefully.
one less
Interesting
job.
that his grenades don't blow up right away.
This had better be
I forgot to
important.
say, the recording software
On my
I'd used
way.
for so long has now
Now, on to our objective.
These aliens want
has
my
now
blood.
stopped working. You can't use it anymore, so I'm using a new software. Let me know how the sound is, video quality, things like that. I'm hoping it's better because I used Gamecaster before and it was really simple to use.
Moving now.
But I don't know how good it was.
We came out here to make war.
I hear you.
didn't we?
A brave man will not fear enemy fire, but a smart man will not needlessly expose himself to it. Had you been smarter, you might not have fallen earlier, Sergeant.
I love
And I've been
these little
smarter.
tips.
I left this
Awesome.
sub-sector years ago.
I am under attack.
Okay, so there's some carapace
Nice
armor.
work.
I'm gonna get the Inquisitor into it.
I bring you the
Have
light
her
of
fight these
glory.
guys. There we go. So she's a psyker too, which is interesting.
Your attacks are restricted.
Fall back.
As it should.
I also had the icons seem clearer.
Commander here. Ready and able. I
know
am
what I
on my
mean.
way.
Give us a target, packed up and moving out.
This pain is nothing to me.
Target serviced.
That was satisfying.
Yes, it was. And it goes back
Right
to
then. Moving.
more of the like
must
you
secure
hold
that
requisition
structure at
points
once.
and they give you stuff
We will
per.
be able to procure additional forces
Overtime.
there.
All right, let's keep going.
Commander here. Now is the time to move.
Look at him holding his sword up. That's awesome. We'll get the Inquisitor to grab this.
If you wish it, it shall be had.
Well, this guy shoots this, so we get some more rewards. As you can see, as a plasma gun,
Yes, sir.
which we didn't use too much in the first two playthroughs. Okay, so now I have a headquarters, which is where you can recruit units for them, right? So I can recruit some guardsmen infantry squads. Let's recruit a bunch.
Can't requisition it,
is all
sir.
we can have.
Not now.
So it's much more of an RTS style. See, and then now we can
A
upgrade them
simple
with
squad of
flamers.
guardsmen is our basic and most useful infantry option.
So we'll
They'll
give them
crumble in close
flamers.
combat, but they pack enough lasguns at long range that it doesn't matter. On the field, they can be further
wanna see
assigned
the upgrade when
resources
it
and war
happens.
gear to enhance their
See,
firepower.
so a couple of them have this. So that's kind of
the Emperor for these weapons.
old school. Look at that.
Target destroyed here.
That's
All
proper
those
destroy.
last guns just lighting them up.
Object
Love
targeted.
it.
Proceeding with attack.
So Imperial Guard are actually how I got into Warhammer. The first book I ever read in the Warhammer universe was Dan Abnett's Only in Death, which I didn't know at the time was... why can't I shoot that?
I have this orc.
Get caught in the open by those. Be nasty.
We're pinned down out here.
I didn't know at the time it was book 12. I'm sure I've told this whole story before.
I have this orc.
I just... Like, the Imperial Guard are the backbone of the Imperium. The Space Marines get all the glory and stuff like that, but
Moving now.
there's no
I have
doubt
this
that
orc.
they're the heart of the Imperium.
Orcs
There's
are
billions
dying
and
here.
billions of them, if not trillions. That aren't as, like,
Right.
genetically modified.
Moving.
They still stand for the Imperium. That's why Avidus kind of bothers me sometimes with how callous he was with them.
Something big crashing here, sir.
An orc ship. Orcs have an obsession with salvaged materials. We may find something useful. Kill any Xenos and take what we can use.
Commander here. Go ahead. I am on
That's
my
a
way.
little bit of a... Never mind. I don't think I was paying as much attention. But if it's an orc that crashed, like, you don't really want to take it. Oh, these guys have a field of fire.
I'm under attack.
So we may want us to go around this way.
On my way.
I am ready. Ever thus to these enemies.
I hear you. Over. New report.
Your task.
Tyranid have engaged them.
This is interesting. The turret has a
Moving now.
arc of fire, because in the other ones they could rotate, right? Maybe because they're Space Marine turrets.
Object destroyed. The object.
We get some requisition, get better armor.
Right.
So these games
Moving.
really help spur my love of the fandom of Warhammer. I wouldn't say to extremes. I'm not as
Now
intense
is
as
the
some
time to
people,
move.
but I have read hundreds of books on the subject. I wouldn't, well, maybe not hundreds, over 100 definitely, between 100 and 200. I've read. Okay, let's
am
keep
on
going
my
through
way.
the swamp. I do need to get better at like individually selecting units and stuff like that, especially since we're going IG. Because
You know
Pain is nothing to me.
We are engaged here. Tyranid have
these
engaged.
guys are going to be more squishy than
pinned down.
other guys, right?
We've eliminated that. That's proper destroyed. Better be important. On my way.
But then again, we're playing it on easy, so do we really?
I'm on the target.
I don't really like the Tyranids going in there, but our flamers should do a good job.
Holding it up. Go down another Tyranid. I love that sound.
I love that sound. I also love the British accents of the IG.
Striking now.
Okay, let's throw a
Give us the
grenade
target.
because it's
This
clearly
ammo's
telling
heavy.
us to. Right here.
Katie, put yourselves in gear, soldiers. You know. Get a
And
move
I
on
think
then.
these guys are Cadians.
Get to cover, men.
Right? And see, you can reinforce down
Under
here if you
attack.
lose
Our
troops,
cover is good. Ready and able. Put down another Tyranid.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually really happy
Object
that
targeted. Proceeding with attack. Right. Moving.
we
I will
this.
capture it.
Go
I
ahead,
think it
sir.
was the right decision.
You know. Take that thing out.
Let's get as many of these as possible.
Take that.
A heavy weapon squad would be handy here. Their suppressing fire would slow and cripple any enemy push.
So you can see all the different squads
On
here,
my way.
right? So we do have a population cap reached.
The Tyranids will try to dislodge us from this place. We will use the terrain to our advantage
So it
and
looks like I
disabuse them
can't
of this
get rid of
notion.
these guys unless I let them die.
You know. Put yourselves in gear, soldiers. Acadians are always. Get a move on, men.
Let's get these guys into cover. See what happens. We don't have the heavy weapons. Oh, here's the heavy weapons
You
squad.
know we're ready.
Let's put them in here.
Everyone get inside.
Give them a better arc of fire.
Moving.
So these are all the different squads. So you have basic guardsmen, infantry, heavy weapons, you have catechist devils. At least I think that's how you say it. Stormtroopers, which are awesome, and ogres. So the catechist devils are they're jungle fighters. They come from a death world, if I remember correctly.
I love that.
The ogrins are like giant. They're ogres, essentially.
Right.
They're mutants that they use in the Imperial Guard, which is a
take that
really
thing
interesting like concession they make. Let's see if we get more people coming in.
Under attack. I am under attack.
Oh, we have people coming this way.
Get a move on, men. Fire is too heavy here.
Warp fire to kill someone. You can see how strong the flamers are, really.
Orders up. Let's go. Get them before they storm more.
Less vermin, at least.
Acadians are always. Let's take cover
Yeah,
over
so
there.
they must be Cadians. So Cadians and Cadia
It's a little firm.
Ready and able.
at this time was still
Now
around.
is the time to move.
They were planning is right at the edge of the Red Terror, which is a lot of places where Chaos invasions come from. So it's written in war. So they're a very martial people. They're a fortress world against Chaos. And recently, it fell. It fell hard, and it's gone now in the common day lore. It's too bad.
We are engaged here.
But it has one of the... Oh, I can't do that. It has one of the best lines. I don't know what I can do with this against this. It's that the planet broke before the guard did, which is just so
Seize the moment.
awesome.
The
and
Hive
metal,
Lord is
in my
nearby.
opinion.
Go ahead, sir. Everyone
Okay, so
out.
let's get our heavy weapons
I
squad
hear
out. Come on. Now, can we upgrade these guys at all right now? No. What does Jury Rig do? Oh, it repairs things. That's kind of cool. Even though that's kind of against the Almasai's wishes. So yeah, Acadia is pretty cool. They had, I should use past tense,
Now is the time
but it
to
still
move.
hurts me to use past tense. They had people that their whole job was to just go around and read gravestones, and as soon as the names had worn off, they could put new names on the gravestones, which I thought was really cool.
We have a target
in here.
Everyone get inside.
See no filth very near us.
We are under attack.
If their whole job is to read.
Tyranid attack.
Let none stand before that.
That's prophetess.
Can these guys go in there too? No, they can't. Read gravestones, and once the name's worn off, they can put new names on there because there's such a premium on gravestone space because so many of them die because they're considered some of the best units in the Imperium, right?
Moving now.
Use your calling enemy contact.
Which I thought was cool.
Onward to victory. New report. Enemy contact.
Under attack.
Advance! Let's use them as cannon fodder like a real...
This place is best.
This had better be
real
important.
Lord
I'm on the
General.
target. Target obliterated.
Let us take it, men. Tyranid attack. Put down another Tyranid.
So they must have added... I just got another achievement. They must have added those later. because I played this game. You saw I played this game tons, and I didn't get those. So, wonder why.
I have no fear. If you wish it, it shall be had.
Oh, come on, guys. You too.
Get a move on, men.
So I think you can, in the past, you could give them grenade launchers, things like that. I don't know if that's in this game or the original Dawn of War, but it was like a return to form. It was kind of a neat expansion, right?
Put yourselves in gear, son.
I have captured it as requested.
Commander here. Ready and able.
Okay, and then we heal up. We can't get any reinforcements, so let's go take on the Hive Tyrant.
then.
And let's set up the heavy weapons
We have a target.
first. Oh, here we go.
A magnificent specimen. Don't you agree, Merrick?
You admire the horror, General?
Indeed. Its head will go nicely in my trophy collection. Aim low.
Does an excellent job of like showing the aristocracy of. I'm gonna put the heavy weapons squad in.
We have a target.
Nice to spread these guys out.
All the way out.
Let's get out of there.
Engaging target.
It kind of aristocracy. Aristocracy doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like see, and now I'm losing guys. I used to be able to reinforce them.
Get us around this building. Go ahead, sir.
Take a good
Pull
look,
some of these
men.
guys back.
This is how I deal with Xenos. As well as traitors and cowards. All much the same to
See,
me.
what I should have done is
really.
brought in Valkyrie support, which would reinforce people.
I wield the hammer.
Now, see, you can do this,
Additional troops have
and
reported
you
for
queue up
duty,
the
sir.
reinforcements,
You know.
and this is what the original one was like. But we're at the pop cap now, so
I'm pinned down.
I have no fear. I have warriors and their door.
so this is way more of a
Another tyranny.
Structure under attack.
way more of a RTS style, which was a good blending, I think.
This beast is strong, but strength is no match for intelligence and resolve.
All large caliber explosive rounds, for that matter.
Now you're getting into the spirit, Sergeant Major.
Love it.
This ended better than it should have, considering the poor quality and resolve of the guardsmen here. Now that we have regrouped with Commissar Lord Byrne, no act of cowardice or incompetence will go unnoticed or unpunished.
With all due respect, General, I've been killing these beasts for a decade now, along with most every other Xenos known to the Imperium.
Sergeant Major, nobody questions your valor or loyalty. It is a beacon in a dark sea of apathy and heresy. Which is why I led the Lord General here, to you and your men. I am Inquisitor Adrastia of the Ordo Hereticus. The Inquisition is no stranger to this sector, having dealt with Cyrene in the approved manner some time ago. Now they are returning, to apply that solution to remaining planets of Sub-sector Aurelia.
You mean?
Exterminatus. The complete and utter destruction of every inhabited world in this sector. No one will be spared. Traitor, Xenos, or loyal. All will die.
So that's the first mission of the expansion.
For the Emperor, sir. Ever onwards.
And yeah, so it's a neat little thing. I forgot that Sergeant Merrick is actually in the main games. He's one of the people that helps you hold Angel Gate and things like that. Ooh, I get to pick it. Let's get a sergeant because they always help morale, right?
The Exterminatus
I
fleet will
forgot
arrive in
about
3
this.
weeks. I, however, am here on my own accord as a courtesy to Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Ravens chapter of Space Marines. He has a theory about the problems in this sector. It is a very interesting theory, and if it proves to be true, I can halt the Exterminatus. Unfortunately, I cannot prove or disprove this theory without assistance. Your assistance.
Why do you need me and my men?
Due to the delicate nature of my investigation, I am unable to make use of the normal channels. But you have proven trustworthy and resourceful. With the Lord General's guidance, you can be of great use to me.
Which still leaves us a problem of transportation about the sector. We need to move about with freedom, and without Imperial support.
I am aware of a means to solve this transportation issue. All of the planets in this sector are linked. Teleportariums, created in the dark age of technology, enable travel between planets, if one knows where to find them and how to make use of them. One of the teleportarium devices is actually quite near, in a war zone controlled by renegades and traitors. We must reach that teleportarium, and we must move quickly.
So, let's look at some of the upgrades and stuff like this. I forgot about... Oh, let's go back, actually. These are upgrade paths for each squad. So I've got, like, the sergeant there and the plasma guns, things like that. There is still the upgrading. It's not as intense as it used to be. So this guy's got 2 points. So we're going to make him... This is just offense and... Okay, interesting. So we'll do this and this, I guess. Make him pretty well-rounded. Give him some better armor. Doesn't really change much. We'll give him a med pack. And now let's look at Androstia. So Androstia, I think we would want... I think we need to give her some health, for sure. We'll give her this and this. Sergeant Merrick, I like him with the plasma gun. I don't want him with the last cannon. Really? The last cannon would be cool, but it takes him a while to set up. So that's something we can look into later. Let's increase his damage output. So you have hero units, but you also have just general guys. So let's use... So this is a commissar. A commissar, much like in Soviet Union, is all about morale and things like that. But some of the best characters are commissars. We've talked about that before in different series, but that was the first episode of Dawn of War 2 Retribution. I hope you liked it. Depending on how the video does, I'll keep recording and stuff like that. My Dawn of War series is definitely my best performing series. And has brought me people watching from around the world, which is insanely cool because I never thought that would happen. I thought it would just be my students and me, but thank you, everybody. The support means a lot. Let's finish off this Dawn of War 2 thing. Class dismissed.